In our previous chapter, Ananda discovered the profound truth that by monitoring his thoughts, he can avoid making decisions that he might regret later and guide his life in a better direction through the story of a man who made a choice. Today, he asks a new question, poised to receive further enlightenment from his master. "Master," Ananda bowed and asked, "I feel lost. Despite my efforts and devotion, I don't seem to be making any progress. Why do I feel so limited and unsure of myself? Do all of us have true potential and purpose?" The master, with a gentle smile, beckoned Ananda to sit closer. "Ananda, let me tell you a story," he said, his voice calm and soothing. Ananda settled in, eager to hear the wisdom that his master was about to impart. "Once upon a time," the master began, "a lioness tragically passed away while giving birth, leaving behind a tiny lion cub. Nearby, a flock of sheep were grazing, and, in their gentle and oblivious way, they took in the orphaned cub, raising him as one of their own. The lion cub, unaware of his true nature, grew up believing he was a sheep. He learned to bleat, to graze on grass, and to follow the flock, never once questioning his place among them. The cub thrived in this peculiar family, living a life of vegetarian contentment. He had no concept of what a lion was, nor did he dream of such a creature. To him, life as a sheep was the only life imaginable. He never roared, never hunted, and never strayed far from the safety of his adopted herd. Years flew by, and the cub transformed into a magnificent young lion, his mane growing fuller and his muscles rippling with strength. Despite his imposing appearance, he still moved among the sheep with the gentle grace of a lamb, oblivious to his true nature. The sheep had long since accepted him as one of their own, and he, in turn, saw them as his true family. But fate had a dramatic twist in store. One day, a fierce and majestic old lion attacked the flock, sending the sheep into a frenzied panic. Amidst the chaos, the old lion's eyes fell upon the young lion, grazing calmly among the sheep. Stunned and bewildered, the old lion abandoned his hunt and focused on the young lion. "What is this madness?" the old lion thought. "A lion living as a sheep?" Determined to uncover the truth, the old lion charged at the flock, causing an uproar. The sheep scattered in terror, and despite his size and strength, the young lion also fled like the sheep, his instincts screaming at him to run. But the old lion was relentless, and finally caught the young lion by the scruff of his neck. "Why are you running from me?" the old lion roared, shaking him. The young lion, trembling and bleeding in fear, pleaded, "Please spare me. I'm just a poor sheep." The old lion's eyes blazed with a mix of bewilderment and fury as he beheld the young lion's timid, embarrassing, sheepish demeanor. This was not the behavior of a lion. His nostrils flared as he demanded answers, his deep voice rumbling like thunder. "Stop! What are you doing? Why do you act like this?" The young lion cowered, stammering out excuses, bleeding like a sheep. The old lion's anger turned to a burning resolve as the pieces of the puzzle clicked into place. He understood now. This young lion had been raised among sheep and knew nothing of his true nature. With a firm but surprisingly gentle grip, the old lion seized the young one by the scruff of his neck. The young lion yelped in fear, his legs scrambling to find purchase as he was dragged towards a nearby lake. Panic surged through him, his heart pounding wildly as he resisted, digging his claws into the earth, desperate to escape whatever fate awaited him. But the old lion was relentless. "Enough!" he roared, his voice echoing through the forest. "You need to see the truth. They reached the lake, its surface as smooth and reflective as a polished mirror. The old lion forced the young one to look into the water, his grip unyielding, but his eyes filled with a fierce determination. "Look," he commanded, his voice softer now, but no less intense. "Look at your face, and look at mine. Look at your body, and look at mine." The young lion, shaking and whimpering, reluctantly peered into the lake. His tearful eyes widened in shock as the reflection stared back at him. For the first time, he saw not a sheep, but a powerful lion, majestic and strong. The realization hit him like a lightning bolt. He was not a sheep. He had never been a sheep. He was a lion. In that instant, something deep within him awoke. The young lion's fear melted away, replaced by a surge of strength and confidence. He drew a deep breath, opened his mouth, and let out a thunderous roar that shook the very trees around him. The forest echoed with his newfound power, and the sheep scattered in every direction, fleeing from the might they had unknowingly harbored among them. The old lion watched with pride as the young lion stood tall, his true nature finally unleashed. The young lion had discovered his true self, and the timid, meek facade of the sheep was gone forever. The master paused, letting the story sink in. "Ananda, there is a profound lesson embedded in this tale. Reflect on the undiscovered talents and abilities lying dormant within you. You might be a lion surrounded by sheep, convinced that you are far less than you truly are. There will always be people who try to make you believe that you cannot achieve greatness because they have settled for mediocrity. Living among them, you may have unknowingly adopted their limitations as your own. But you must break free from this crowd and recognize your true potential. The moment you discover the lion within yourself, no force on earth will be able to stop you from achieving success. Embrace your true power and roar with confidence. Your journey to greatness begins with this realization." Ananda's eyes widened with understanding. "Thank you, Master," he said softly. "I will strive to find the lion within me." The Master smiled, knowing that Ananda had taken the first step towards realizing his true potential. As the story ends here, I hope you liked this video and found value in this story. Please give it a thumbs up, share it with your loved ones, and hit that subscribe button to join our community. Your engagement means the world to us and helps us continue to provide enriching content. Please ensure to hit the bell icon too, so that you never miss an inspiring story or valuable lesson from us. Thank you, and God bless.